Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today, I'm going to help you to analyse a key quote from Macbeth. It's "Take my milk for Gall," said by Lady Macbeth in Act 1. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you know Macbeth like an expert. Okay, let's analyse "Take my milk for Gall." So here's Lady Macbeth, and this is what she's got to say. She says, "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for Gall." First thing we need to know is the context of the quote, where it appears in the play. In Act 1, Lady Macbeth calls on spirits to give her strength. She's just read a letter from Macbeth telling her he's met the witches. That's where it appears. Now we need to think about analytical things we can say about this quote. Here's one example. Milk is a symbol for motherhood and kindness. She wants to trade everything empathetic and good in her for cruelty and power. What else can we say about this quote to analyse it? How about Lady Macbeth commands spirits here, and this leads to her downfall. Shakespeare is trying to deter his audience from engaging in witchcraft. So there's a key message here for the Jacobean audience. If you engage in witchcraft or with the supernatural, you will suffer the consequences thereafter. Something else we can say about this quote is this. Lady Macbeth uses imperatives here. Come to my woman's breasts, take my milk for Gall. And she does this throughout Act 1. It's quite a frequent use of language. In Act 1, she's frequently speaking using imperatives. She is a commanding character and presents herself as powerful in the opening acts through this use of language. So we can talk about the fact that she's speaking here using imperatives. What's really interesting is that this changes later in the play. So here's Lady Macbeth later on in the play. When she sleepwalks, she says, "Who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?" And she uses a range of different questions. Big word for question is an interrogative. So we've had her speaking in imperatives earlier on in the play to show her power, and now to show that she's lost that power and confidence. She's riddled with guilt and remorse and regret. We can say this. Later in the play, when Lady Macbeth sleepwalks, she uses interrogatives to show that she has lost her power and confidence. The change in her is reflected by a change in the language she uses. So if we can explore that, we're making a really sophisticated link, taking you towards the higher outcomes, the 7, 8, 9 outcomes there for that analysis and that link that you're making. So this is a really great quote for you to know, and it's useful in a number of different circumstances. So if we're having to write an essay about Lady Macbeth, of course that works in that context. It's said by her. If we want to have to write an essay about evil, this is also something that we could explore. It is her showing her evil side, her duplicitous nature. We've also got ambition. Her ambitions lead her to plot to kill King Duncan, so we can use that in relation to an essay about ambition. The same thing for power. She's also speaking to spirits here, so this relates to the supernatural. And if we were asked about fears, we can talk about the fact that she seems so fearless at the beginning, but later on is completely destroyed by her guilt and is fearful, which leads to her taking her own life. So we need to do PEA paragraphs and write an essay. So the first thing we need to do is make a point. And here's an example of one. Lady Macbeth is ambitious and powerful at the beginning of the play and shares her evil desires. She's speaking to the audience here, but addressing spirits. And if we were writing an essay about Lady Macbeth, this would work. Ambition also, or power and evil. So that sentence actually covers 4 different bases. This paragraph that I'm showing you here would be applicable to 4 different foci for an essay in an exam. So I've made my point, then I'd introduce my evidence. Lady Macbeth says, "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for Gall," and here's my analysis. A part of what we've heard earlier, Lady Macbeth uses imperatives here as she does throughout Act 1. She's a commanding character and is presented as powerful in the opening acts. I'd add to that because if we can add layers of analysis and say more than one thing, that's going to get us the higher marks, and certainly making that sophisticated link to Lady Macbeth and the change in her later in the play will certainly impress. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.